So what's going on, y'all? It's the boy Vincent, repping the boy Vincent Fitness, and we back again today with another YouTube video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, guys. You know, I got bills to pay. Make sure you're going ahead and support your boy. But as you guys see in the topic of this video today, it's going to be to beware of false prophets in the self-improvement space. Now, guys, one thing, as you guys clearly see, I make self-improvement videos, but I like to actually watch a lot of different self-improvement YouTubers because a lot of the information that they do give, it inspires me, and most importantly, it gives me good ideas for these videos. But there's, on the other hand, there's some of these guys or girls, there's some charlatans, man. They're very shysty. They're kind of promoting very negative things. And what I've kind of noticed especially is, you want to rub my freaking beard itching me, but what I've noticed, the thing that's really sketchy is some of these guys and girls, man, they promoting some nonsense. And you got to be really careful about who you take advice from on the internet, man. Like, one of the things that I really noticed about some of the red pill dudes, especially, guys, they're just teaching you narcissism. Like, I like to study psychology as a fun hobby. I read a lot of books on psychology from different professors or PhDs and, you know, them types. And if you listen to some of these guys on YouTube, man, they're literally teaching young men to behave with narcissistic personality disorder. Now, most people, when they hear narcissistic personality disorder, they think of somebody, you know, like a gym bro like me. I go to the gym and stare at myself in the mirror. But in reality, it's not like that. The issue that we have here is most people don't understand narcissism in a sense. And it's actually very fun to study this stuff because due to social media, it's kind of caused it to get worse. Now, narcissism, the quick and skinny, is basically this person has a fear of getting hurt, so they look for control. That's about the simplest way to put it. Now, a lot of these red pill YouTubers, what they're teaching you, or not even just the red pill YouTube, yeah, but well, yeah, we'll stick straight to the red pillers, but some of these dudes, man, they're teaching you, I remember watching one video, a guy's like, yeah, if you get caught cheating on your girl, blame her. Guys, that's narcissism, man. That's like scary narcissism. They're also saying never admit when you're wrong with a woman. It's not bad to lie to a woman, only in certain instances. And guys, let's say you're doing all these different things and it works. Look at the person you're attracting. When narcissism is kind of like a dichotomy, so it's like in a yin and a yang. So basically, you're the narcissist and then you have the empath. So you're attracting someone, a very empathetic person that's probably actually a really good person, but you're using these little manipulation strategies to keep them around. And on the surface, you're just doing it, like I said before, to not get hurt. And yeah, you know, you don't want to get hurt, but at the end of the day, by doing these different strategies, guys, it's not good, bro. It's very dangerous. You don't know what kind of person you're manipulating their emotions. Another instance too is you got to worry about karma kind of spinning the block on you. You might be doing all these little messed up things to people. Guys, I've seen this too many times in my personal life where someone who's, let's say he's a cheater or he be messing with dudes' girlfriends, he ends up getting with a girl he actually really falls in love with, and then she does it to him, and it spins the block in that sense. And I don't want to just focus on the dudes because guys on here, well, women too. Guys, there's a book called The Rules. And this book is actually basically most of the dating advice that women give to other women. It all comes from this book from the 90s called The Rules. I've never actually read the whole thing. I kind of thumbed through it a little bit online. You can find PDFs, and it's the same thing. It's literally just teaching you manipulation strategies. Like one of them in the book was, let's say you get you give your number to a guy. I'm over here tongue tied, but let's say you give your number to a guy, and even if you really like him and he wants to set up a date with you, let's say the date's gonna be on a Saturday. He calls you, says, hey, let's go out on Saturday. The book teaches women to literally act like you're too busy and to have, you know, just basically say, oh, I'm too busy this weekend, even if you want to go see the guy. Guys, that's manipulation. You're operating out of a sense of fear. The fear of, you know, if I be myself or act a certain way, I'll get hurt. And it's basically, like I said before, not a dichotomy in the sense of whereas an empath and a narcissist, it's a dichotomy in a sense where this is the strategies that they're teaching women to do. So this is why, especially, man, if you ever notice when you date women nowadays, they play a lot of games. Women kind of naturally do this, but it's funny because I study this stuff and I'm able to recognize it. Like the example that I just gave you guys, this happened to me recently. I mean, this girl would look so excited to give me her phone number, and as soon as I go to set up a date, but then I notice she almost is angry when I ran into her in person that I did not call her again. Because guys, I'm not gonna play games with people. Now, I'm not saying this in a sense where I'm over here crying about my problems. We all have our own issues. But guys, these people on YouTube, they're teaching you things that they don't even know much about. It's almost like they're regurgitating the same information. This is even with the whole law of attraction stuff. Guys, if you really look into law of attraction, bro, some of that stuff's kind of, a little bit demonic. Obviously not all of it, but some of the stuff that they teaching, man, is not good. And if you really want to look up the story of the law of attraction thing, it's like some spirit that some woman was able to conjure, taught her all of this. Guys, that don't really sound too holy to me. Now, obviously, some of the stuff that they do teach, the whole like a law of assumption, where you think you assume the positive in every instance. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's something that I apply in my life. But like I said before, you can kind of take some of the good stuff of it, but you really got to pay attention to some of the bad stuff that's also associated with these things. And what most people don't understand is that a lot of what you're learning from people on YouTube, these people are operating from either fear, sadness, or hurt, and then they kind of spreading this out. Now that we have the internet, it's becoming more and more widespread and commonplace. So that's what I really want y'all to understand is, guys, you got to really pay attention to who you're listening to. Like some of these guys on YouTube, like me personally, man, like my favorite YouTubers, AMS. Like I literally, the reason why I started my online coaching, NavoyVincentFitness.com, you can go on there and hire me as your coach. But the reason why I started that is because he was always talking about getting on your purpose. And I was like, damn, like, this is what I need to do. And I actually amassed some success from this. But on the other hand, he teaches certain things I don't agree with. And luckily, I can operate from that sense of discernment where I can say, you know what, I understand where my brother's spitting in this sense, but on the other sense, I'm not really rocking with this. But that's all I really got to say today, guys. I'm going to keep it kind of short and sweet. Just make sure the people that you're learning from, make sure you're not learning from false prophets. And like I said before, like, subscribe, leave a comment. And as we always say here, make sure to control the negative, focus on the positive. It's your boy, Navoy. I'm out.